Batsman, 23-year-old Zubair Hamza is the only new cap in the 13-man squad for the three-match test series against Pakistan starting at Supersport Park on the 26th of this month. Hamza averaged 69 in the domestic first-class season and carried that form into the South Africa A Tour to India, where he averaged 50. The squad also features the return of Knights fast bowler Duan Ulafir, who replaces the injured Lungi Ngidi. Ulafir was part of the squad for the previous home test series against Australia and has represented the Proteas in 5 test matches. Now, staying with cricket, my guest tonight is Thabang Moroe, CEO of Cricket South Africa. Thabang, welcome to the program.
Hi Simon, thank you.
Right, now I take it your summer has already started, very busy at Cricket South Africa. Before we get into the Mzansi Super League, let's talk about the Proteas. You've got Pakistan coming up. What is that like for the CSA organisation to prepare for a test series against?
It's been pretty tricky for us to organize and prepare for this series, reason being that the Mzansi Super League had honestly taken most of our time and most of our attention as well. But we're pretty happy in terms of the plans that we've put in place, the preparations and where we are so far. And we think we're going to have a pretty successful test series. And
also for the South African public, it's the traditional test dates that are back in play, the Boxing Day test, the New Year's test. So that's going to help with bringing fans into the stadium, because South Africans do like their cricket around that time of year.
Correct, 100%. I mean, for the first time in our history as Cricket South Africa, we bring in the Boxing Day test England. So it will be at Supersport Centurion Park. So we want to test and see if the ground will be able to pull in the numbers that we anticipate for the ground to pull. We've always had the Boxing Day test match being hosted by the coastal cities. Yeah. So we thought for once, because we're not getting the results that we want from a crowd pulling point of view, let's try and bring it inland, hosted in Pretoria. It will give us more or less an answer in terms of what Johannesburg can do as well, because they're the same customer, or they share the same customer, so to speak.
Not that Durban was unkind to us in the Boxing Day test, not at all. But does it still hold true from a financial point of view that the big teams are India, Australia and England, and then it becomes a case of you're going to have to try extra hard when Pakistan, Sri Lanka and the like come out?
Funny enough you say that, because Pakistan commercially for us as Cricket South Africa is stronger than Australia.
Okay, there we go. So it's a myth basically.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Right, so that's the test season. That's what we've got to look forward to. Right now, though, you've got the Mzansi Super League.
Yes, sir.
And that's taken everybody by storm here in South Africa. Has that surprised you guys as well?
No, it definitely has. I mean, given the fact that it's only 4 months ago that we got the approval, as far as our board and our members council is concerned, to go ahead and deliver this league. A very, very modest budget, a little less than what we were expecting to get as management of Cricket South Africa. But given the time frames, the tight squeeze from a budget point of view, for us to be where we are today, to have been able to make this thing work with the public broadcaster being SABC, it has just augured well for us as Cricket South Africa, and we can only grow stronger from here.
Absolutely. And is it going to help you recover from the blow that the Global Super League dealt the organisation? Definitely,
it will. The standard of cricket has definitely been much higher than what we used to domestically. We just need to now allow this, first edition of the tournament to run its course, and then we can sit with all our partners come January or February, and we look at what has worked for us, what hasn't worked, what we need to improve, what might we need to scrap and start afresh on certain aspects. But certainly we won't be as frantic as we were in this year's edition. It will be a much smoother ride for us as Cricket South Africa and our partners, and the product will be that much better. So I'm just looking forward to next season and the seasons to come, because I didn't expect us to certainly hit the qualities that we have hit, given the small amount of time that we had.
So now, why, in your opinion, has this tournament been such a success? Because we've had, obviously, domestic T20 tournaments, but this one seems to have taken off and captured the crowd's imagination.
Yeah, definitely it has. I think, one, it's because it's a new product. Two, we're on a public broadcast platform. SABC using all its might and its power to help us as Cricket South Africa spread our wings, engage with the broader community at large as far as our game is concerned. So that has worked well for us. The TV numbers are great. I'm really not sure how we've been doing from a radio perspective. We'd need to check that. There is a little bit of improvement as far as walk-ins and bums on seats at stadiums is concerned, but there is some work that still needs to be done there. So I think most of our success is attributed to the fact that we've partnered with a public broadcaster. We've got international players who have come in, the normal crowd pullers, your DJ Bravo, the Chris Gales. But over and above that, I think what has also been very positive for me is seeing the hungry youngsters who've been wanting a stage like this and certainly surprising all of us, the likes of Thabang Moroe, the Yaneman Malan, the Ryan Rickletons of this world, Luto Supamla. So it just shows the kind of talent that we have as Cricket South Africa, and this is a perfect platform for us to exploit that talent.
So why did it take so long to partner with a public broadcaster? Because that is essentially, I would think, is a no-brainer in terms of where the South African public is, and they can become exposed to a sport that perhaps some of them thought was elitist and perhaps not for them.
Correct, 100% right. I think, to be quite honest with you, it's the problems that we've been having as both parties. We've had our problems as well as Cricket South Africa, which has not really encouraged us to come and partner with the public broadcaster. The public broadcaster themselves have had their own problems, monetary problems, policy problems, and so forth. So we've literally, we're very lucky as Cricket South Africa to have brought this product as late as we did to them, and for them to shift almost everything around and make it work to what the product has turned out to be. It's really been nothing short of a miracle. And I think for us as Cricket South Africa, we're sort of kicking ourselves now, saying we should have done this earlier.
Should have done it earlier. So, but what does it mean for the bottom line? And does this help turn CSA around? And how long do you think the process will be to see, the dividends?
So, I mean, as far as the bottom line is concerned, there's a lot of key critical success factors that we had put on the table. So revenues is definitely not one of them, because with tournaments like these, you only start realizing your positive spin-offs as far as revenues are concerned from year 4 onwards, depending on your model. But for us, certainly it's been, the eyeballs on the screens. That's been a huge positive for us. It's been converting your traditional cricket followers. I have friends of mine that I've known since childhood who've never bothered to ask me any questions on cricket, now suddenly asking me if I can give them tickets and where certain teams are playing. So we've managed, as far as those small wins are concerned, we've managed to do that. We've converted your non-cricketing following people to now asking questions and wanting to know more about cricket. We've got little kids now, asking some of our managers, where can they go to start playing cricket? So for us, those are the positive spin-offs, and we just need to now keep pushing, working hard with the public broadcaster to see how best we can continue improving this product, how best can we spread it wider globally as well, because we cannot just limit ourselves into the well-known cricketing regions. We need to go beyond those cricketing regions,
into
so that
Africa,
this becomes certainly a product that is a premium product after the IPL.
So are there plans in place for next season? Because I know from a planning point of view, this season is already unfolding, and it's all about looking towards the next. So what's the big plans? Are we going to have an expansion of the league, perhaps?
So the big plans, definitely we're going to have an expansion of the league. We need to sit down and work on bringing 2 more teams into 2 new cities. So that's definitely the plan for us, but we need to jot out a roadmap in terms of what needs to happen before we get to that point and we make that call. So we do definitely want the league to expand. We want to play at least 1 or 2 of your city match in our township areas or schools. So that we can obviously, as I said, get as close as we can to our people, make it a bit more accessible to them. So it's not really just about making money, but it's also about taking this premium content and bringing it, as I said, to either our communities, the schools, building partnerships with them so that there is that affiliation that being built with our communities through this product.
Absolutely. So a lot to look forward to. Thabang Moroe from CSA, thank you very much.
Thank you, Simon.
Glad you could come and take some time out of the beginning of a busy summer, I suspect. respect.
No, definitely. Thank you.
Absolutely.